Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of Jeff Talks About. And this time we're going to be talking about 2023. It's been a pretty good year. Got a couple hours left. It's about 10 p.m. as I'm recording this on 12/31/23, which is 123/123 for those of you who are into numbers and stuff. Pretty cool. Just wanted to chit chat, let you know it's been a good year. Been a rough year some places, been a good year others. Um, Hopefully 2024 will continue some of the momentum of 2023. But I just wanted to share, some of my hopes and dreams that I had and some of the things that kept me up at night and some of the things that made me feel really good for this year. Just so you know, I'm drinking. This is a huge mega amaretto stone sour. It's about 12 ounces. Oh, 8 ounce, whatever. We'll say it's 8 ounces of amaretto, 8 ounces of sweet and sour mix, and 8 ounces of orange juice with a little bit of ice. Yeah. No, I'm not drunk. I've just had a few sips of it. Don't worry. But this is going to last me the night because the kids, for the first time in like 5 years, I'm not with them today. They are spending the night with their sister, having a sleepover after we had a weekend of sleepovers. That on Friday night, her best friends, my youngest's best friends, spent the night. And then when they left, their sister came over. Her sister came over to spend the night, and now they're over there. So this has been a weekend of sleepovers. But it's been a blessing because the kids are seeing things they like. Ariana and I went to go see a cabaret at our high school, which is what they did was it was called If I Could Turn Back Time. Uh, just so you know, the Coal City School High School has a really good theater department, and from what I'm hearing, it's one of the better ones around. And Ariana loves the theater department. She wants to get involved more. But what they did was they brought back former students of from former years to do some highlights and some special songs from the previous shows. So it was like a 2 hour cabaret of just former students, alumni coming back and having some fun, and it was really fun. So we did that over the weekend, and yeah, Olivia had a lot of sleepovers, and now they're over with their sister having fun. So I am recording a YouTube video to categorize the end of the year. At the end of the year, I promise it's not gonna. I'm not gonna be here counting down with you. This is not gonna be a 2 hour video. But I just wanted to go over, some things on 2023, what we did, and basically, at the end, wish you all, the best for 2024. So let's see here, 2023. It's been interesting. Um, we did a lot of good things this year. Uh, Took the girls on a spring break to Colorado. It was their first flight. They did very well. I'm very proud of them. We had a lot of fun in Colorado. Even a little bit of a travel scare because literally 3 hours before our flight, they canceled our flight because there was bad snow in Chicago, of all places, not Colorado. So we had to scramble. And now, if it was just me, I wouldn't care. But I had to scramble to get 3 seats together on another flight. I even gave up the good legroom seats that I had for the next day. I had to scramble to keep the rental car. I had to scramble to keep the hotel room for an extra day. If it was just me, I wouldn't have cared. But there I am with 2 kids in the back of a rented Ford Edge in a Colorado parking lot after we just went to a donut shop, trying to get the car extended for a day, trying to get airplane tickets booked. It was an adventure. We had fun in Colorado too. It was great to see the kids have fun. We went up a mountain. We didn't walk it, but we drove it. And I got to say, there are some crazy people on bikes going up and down the mountain. And they are on the side of, there's the mountainside, and then there's the side where there's nothing. These people are going crazy doing the nothing side. I'm like in a big old car. I'm like, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to anybody slip. And these people are just vroom vroom, and I'm like, it must be the thin air there. Anyways, but we saw this thing called Meow Wolf, which is like some kind of sci-fi alt experience. I can't explain it, but man, was it fun! If you're ever in the Colorado area, go. We also took another road trip up to Michigan. We took my mom up to Michigan for a day as part of our yearly vacation up to Wisconsin. So we did that. Had a lot of fun with that. Ariana graduated 8th grade, built her first computer, and started high school. I now have a freshman in high school. Can't believe that. She's grown up so fast. She's handling it well, too. She's also, as I said, big into theater. She's been trying out, auditioning for musicals and plays. She hasn't gotten any yet, but the fact that she's auditioning and putting herself out there gets me right here. I'm so proud of her. She loves going to all of the plays and musicals and supporting the theater group. It just sparks her eyes. So she's a theater kid. I love that for her. Ariana's also joined something called Winter Guard, which is kind of like Color Guard, you know, the flags and stuff that you see, flag carriers and stuff that you see during football games. They also have something Winter Guard, which I don't think is attached to any sport, but it does the same things as Color Guard. They just do things in the winter and they go to tournaments and stuff. I'm just thrilled she's excited to go for that. She's loving it, and the fact that she's getting out there and hanging out with her friends and everything, it's big for me to know that she's having a good high school experience so far. And then there's my Livy. She's just she's just rocking it in 5th grade. Her teacher even said that she's probably going to debate team next year or something because Livy's just got something in her. I don't know, but it's great. She's so proud of herself. She actually wrote a short story and shared it with everybody, like her teachers and some students, and they loved it. And then she found out that a local business was going to have a youth entrepreneur kind of youth business fair where everybody would bring what they wanted to sell their goods and stuff like their little knickknacks and trinkets or whatever they make to sell it there. She wanted to sell her book. So I went ahead, printed up way too many copies of it, but I made sure it looked like a book. I sent it up to like, like FedEx, Kinko's, whatever. It had a cover. It was printed right. It didn't just look like, it looked like just pages stapled together, but it actually looked like a book. It had a cover she wrote, she created for it and everything. And she actually sold a few copies to people. And she is now a published and author. She's a published author with some sales underneath the belt. And no, I'm not just talking about family. I mean, some people she didn't know actually went and bought her book. She's so proud of it. She wants to keep writing more. I can't. She's just she's just great for that. So the girls are doing great so far in 2023, and I can't ask for more. Um, for me, November marked 20, 21, 22. November marked 3 years of my current job, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. Uh, it's probably the best job I've ever had, one of the top teams I've ever worked with, and one of the top three bosses I've ever had. And that's saying something because I've had a lot of bosses, and let me tell you, this place is just amazing. And I got to do a little travel. I got to go to Atlanta for a little bit. I got to go to Boston again. Nothing exciting about Boston, but it is Boston. I get to travel. But I got to go to New Orleans for work, and that's why I love this job. Is that when we finally start to get more travel going, I get to go to places that I've never been before and just experience it a little bit. So I can't wait to get to that again. But I'm finally hitting my stride at work. I actually did a little bit of a job shift, same job, same boss, same duties, but I'm just doing it for a different vertical segment. I'm not doing it for like banks and insurance. I'm doing it for like defense industry stuff. It's a little bit of a job shift, but this is what happens when you talk to your boss and they listen. And I couldn't be happier. I've been having so much fun this year at my job. I've been having fun before, but now I'm really having fun. So life is good at my job, and I'm loving it. It's great. So um, that kind of leads me to a little bit of some of the retrospective, introspection, deep thoughts by Jack Handy type stuff with 2023. And a lot of that was self doubt. I've had a lot because About my first job out of college, I was there, we'll say 10 years. I was about a couple months shy. We'll say 10 years right out of college. They were going one way. I didn't want to go that way. I'd already missed or dodged like two layoffs. I'm kind of betting my time would come for the third, which happened pretty much after I left. But I don't regret leaving that. But after that job, I have found out in the years that was 1996 to 2006. So from 2006 to 2013, no, 23, sorry. Trust me, I haven't had enough of this. It's just math is hard. Um, what was it? From 2006 to 2023, I have changed jobs every 2 to 3 years, give or take a couple months. So a few times it was layoffs. It's irony when you get a call from your manager at one job and they're letting you go and they have to read the pre-written speech that they have to give for people who are getting let go, and then you find out like an hour later your manager got the call that they were getting laid off after they laid everybody off. There's just something about that drove me nuts when I found out about that. One of them was I got let go because apparently I hurt a millennials or Gen Z. I hurt somebody's feelings. I don't even know what that's about. It wasn't a good fit. I'm not even gonna lie about that one. I don't even know what I did, but I don't miss it. And then a couple of them hurt because you don't want to leave, but layoffs or you get to ask to get asked to leave. It hurts. So every 2 or 3 years I've been hopping jobs, not voluntarily. One time it was just over 3 years and I left because I saw the writing on the wall. I did not want to leave that job. I loved what I was working for, loved what I was doing, but I saw the writing on the wall and I couldn't take the chance of getting laid off, so I left. And that was when I jumped from being a developer to going into my current role of they call them solutions engineers, technical pre-sales. To give you a little bit, I used to develop, I used to write programs, or not programs, but I used to work on e-commerce sites. So if you went to like not Amazon.com, but if you went to like JCPenney.com or Nike.com or Pandora.com or Adidas.com, you went to an actual brand specific e-commerce site where you can buy stuff. I was one of the persons who helped develop a site like that, make sure that the information was loaded correctly. So when you clicked on your product, the right image came up, the right description came up, the price was right. When you clicked on the button, everything went to the cart correctly. I didn't do the look and the feel, that's something else, but I was part of the process of making sure that site functioned properly. And I loved it, but I wanted to do more. I didn't want to sit behind a computer anymore and just develop these little chunks. I wanted to get into the bigger picture of what a project could be, where it was going, technologies, goals, and things like that, and actually wanted to talk to people. So, a former friend of mine, no, not a former friend, a former coworker for two different jobs, who ended up being my last manager at one of my other jobs, is still a really good friend of mine. He said, "Hey, I'm working at this company. I'm going to leave some names off right now. It doesn't matter, but I'm jumping over these things, and I'm just going to say the generic term right now. We'll call it technical pre-sales because each company has different job titles for it. But it's basically you're part of the sales process. You're not a salesman. I mean, you're in sales, but what you do is you show potential clients how to use the product. So, like when I was developing websites, I was using a certain product set. It's kind of like using Microsoft Word, Excel. I was using something called WebSphere Commerce. Okay. Used to be IBM, got sold to a company called HCL. Now it's HCL WebSphere Commerce. It's a suite of tools used to make e-commerce sites. So what you do in pre-sales is salesmen aren't that technological. Some of them are. I'm not gonna, slam anybody. I don't want to get any hate. By the way, if you understand what I'm talking about, put it in the comments. If you want some more explanations, put it in the comments. If you want to hear me talk more about this, like, subscribe. Hey, I'm getting into the YouTube stuff now. to like, subscribe, comment, do all those YouTube things. I'll talk more about this if you're interested. But the short of it is technical pre-sales shows them what the product can do. Because when you're from a developer, when you come from something else, you're always doing things a different way. You want to be able to show them how what your product you're selling does it better, faster, quicker. So you get to go out, you get to talk to clients, talk to people, see their goals, see their visions, show them what the product's supposed to do and help sell them, get that technical side of the sale, get the developers to light up, show the business that it's easier to use this. We're not talking about making sales, we're not talking about monies or contracts. We're just showing you here's what we're selling you, here's how it works, and here's how we can make it work better for you. Give them demo. Say, you're having problems with this, here's how quickly I solved it with this. You can't do this, here's how we can do it with ours. So that's when I jumped over, and I don't look back for that. But getting back to everything, 2 or 3 years, I hit my 3 year mark, and that whole third year, between my second year and third year, 2022 to 2023, I've had this worry in the back of my head that I might not have this job. Sometimes I was waiting for that meeting that shows up mysteriously for 20 minutes on your calendar, or mass layoffs and stuff like that. And I'm not going to lie, the current place I've been at has had some people go. I'm not one of them, thank God, and I don't want to leave. But this year, for some reason, after I hit that 3 year mark, I just started to realize that all this worry isn't doing me any good. I know I've told other people that before, that worrying isn't going to get you anywhere, but I finally listened to myself. That's not to say that, come January 3rd or whatever, whenever I get back to work, it's like, hey, Jeff, thanks for not being here anymore. It could happen. Nothing I can do about it. Don't worry about it. Just be ready for it. But until then, I can finally start relaxing, because I got to tell you, I used to be, and this is a lot. This relates to 2023, I promise you. But a lot of the times, I was always worried to enjoy my professional successes. Things were going right personally, that's fine. But I was always afraid that if I started to enjoy any good success or anything good with my job, I would jinx it. I was always like, if I'm not constantly worried over my shoulder that I'm going to keep my job, that I'm not going to have my job. This year, and I finally started to relax about that. I finally started to enjoy it a lot. Oh, I know, don't get me wrong, I'm having fun, but just in the background, I was just starting to let a lot of that inner turmoil just go away. Roll with it, have fun with it. Realize that, I can enjoy. I don't want to say, this is going to sound weird, but I have a new monitor. I have a nice camera. I've got a new phone. I'm finally able to enjoy the perks and the benefits of what my job can allow me to do. Have enough money to spend on bills, have enough money to pay my mortgage, all the bills, the kids are fed, they get whatever they need, everything is taken care of. And I have some play money left over. I have always constantly been worried to actually have play money, because I'm afraid if I don't keep that money, I'm gonna, need it when I'm unemployed. I'm not spending like a madman, but I'm allowing myself to enjoy my job and what comes from it, which is a big thing for me. Because what fun is, you're doing all this for what? It's not like I'm going out and, buying expensive cars, buying the new toy every year. If I want the new toy, I will buy it. I bought myself a little handheld gaming system. Bought myself a new monitor. Using the old one for work now, and retiring one or giving me. It's not like I'm going crazy on stuff. I'm still relatively debt free. I make sure everything's taken care of. I make sure I've got savings. But I don't have this worry in the back of my head that if I have a little bit of fun, my Lego stuff, if I have a little bit of fun, I'm going to be okay. Now, there's a lot of life sciences behind that. My bankruptcy that I went through. I'm never going to be like that again. I'm not going to go wild, crazy in debt and then all of a sudden realize when I don't have a job, what the hell am I going to do? No. But 2023 was a year of doubt and letting doubt go. And I can't begin to tell you. A lot of this will be posted in a Facebook post, but I just can't tell you what a relief it's been, what a burden off my shoulders to not worry about being, under a microscope for a job, about losing my job. If it happens, it happens. I can't stop it. Do I want it to happen? No. Am I going to be hurt if it happens? Oh, hell yeah. Am I going to panic a little bit? Yeah, of course you're going to panic because, like, what the hell am I going to do? But I know I can handle it. And that leads to a little bit of a retrospective going back a few years of being able to handle it. I was going over some of my previous years' Facebook retrospectives and came across the one from 2018. That was pretty much the worst year of my life because, and I'm sorry to get deep here, personal, but um, I'm sorry to drop this like this, but that was the year my kids lost their mom. Don't want to get into it right now, but it was an accident. It was a car accident. She passed away, and um, basically, that was like when you have to tell your kids that their mom isn't coming home ever again. It's tough, and something changed in me. It's taking me this long to realize it. 5 years. It's that, and I hope this doesn't sound harsh word, but once you tell your kids about their mom passing away, if you can do that and keep going, you can pretty much keep on going with anything. Now, I'm not trying to tempt God, fate, and try to put something worse in there. No, I've lost a job. I've changed a job. I've gotten new jobs. I've lost a pet. We've had hard times. We've been through some stuff. We've been through some scares that, would have prior to 2018 freaked me out. But now, I'm not saying I'm numb to it. I feel it, but and I'm not always thinking, well, I can after that day, I can do it. No, but it just seems like I have a handle on it. I just know that somehow we'll get through it, or we'll just take it as it comes, and whatever happens, happens. I don't know, but there's just something different. It's like that was day zero of a new life, and we're 5 years into that new life. I just want to say the kids are amazing. They're growing, they're laughing, they're loving, they're amazing kids, and they're doing awesome. And I have to admit, I wouldn't be as strong as I am without them around. So I can handle whatever comes to me. Like I said, tomorrow I could lose my job, even though it's Happy New Year, you won't be here type stuff. I know I can handle it. Car breaks, we can handle it. Somebody gets really sick, we can handle it. There's no reason for me to panic and go, ah. And I think that seeped into my mentality about work. Whatever comes, I can handle it. Just relax, just go with the flow and enjoy it. Or not enjoy it, but it's just like getting all worked up over stuff. It's really, it really, really isn't worth it. Yes, be emotional. Yep, yes, let your emotions out. Feel the emotions, but don't kick them into overdrive. That's one thing that's taking me 5 years to figure out something that's been bugging me for my whole life. I have looked back all the stuff I've been through. I remember getting on my hands and knees on in my college dorm room before finals, praying to God and promising so many things that if he would just let me pass my finals, because I freaked out the first time I lost my job, hyperventilating, and just going nuts. The first time I found out, I mean, just the things that drove me to won't do that to me now. Now, again, I'm not tempting fate to find something new. No, no. I no. What I'm saying is that 2023 for me was a year of personal growth, which doesn't come easy. I'm slow when it comes to that. I'm stubborn when it comes to that. Melinda used to say that I was slow to get it, but when I got it, I got it. It just sometimes it takes a nuclear bomb going off for me to something, and I don't want that to happen. So for this year, I'm acknowledging that small little change. So I know some of my friends, some of my family, maybe some of the people watching this may have had a rough 2023. I get it. I totally get it. I know I've tried to help some of you or as many of you as I can just by maybe being a shoulder to lean on, somebody you can talk to, supporting you in any way I can, because oh, I know I've been there. And I just want you all to know you can make it. It'll get better. It might not be easy, but it'll get better. And you can make it through it because if I, me, this guy, can make it through, you can definitely make it. So I just wanted to wish you all that all the love and the joy and the good luck and just my thoughts and prayers and everything that I'm there for you if you need me. I might not answer the phone at 2 in the morning because I'm out, but when I see it, I'm there for you. Not that I'm ignoring you, but you know what I mean. So that leads me to my hopes and dreams and expectations for 2024. What do I want out of 2024? Well, I want the 2023 momentum. I know I've been watching the news and, you know, all of the stuff going on around us. But in my personal life, in my family life, in my professional life, I've got what I feel is a good forward momentum. I'd like more of that. I really would. I'd like to start dating again. My kids finally say it's okay. Long story on that. If you want to hear more, ask in the comments and I'll tell a story about that. But I think it's time for me to start dating again. Want to lose some weight? Want to lose a lot of weight, but we got to start somewhere. Want to learn to play the guitar? Bought one. Want to learn it? I know I'm going to suck at it first, but I want to get better at it. That way I can also learn the bass guitar I've had for a few years. And basically, I just want the 2023 momentum in my life to keep going. But in closing, I know whatever comes in 2024, I know I can handle it. So, from me and my family, and from the Jeff Talks About podcast, I believe I said that. Boy, I'm going to look back at some of these videos, so, but I'm whatever. I just want to wish you all. I hope you've survived 2023, and I want to wish you all the best of love, wishes, and support for 2024. I'm going to keep this thing up a little bit more. I'm going to try to do some more videos, talk a little bit more about music, maybe do some more in-depth, personal stuff like this. I don't know. Maybe get some editing skills in, but basically, best of luck for 2024. All the love from my family to your family and to everybody out there. Take care, and well, we'll talk to you soon, okay? Thanks, everybody. Bye.